What's going on? My name is Noble. I'm an artist from New Jersey.
So I heard you were part of the hip-hop duo The Cause and Knowledge from New Jersey. So where do you stand with the previous?
With everybody from the group, pretty much we're all cool, you know. Everybody went our separate ways as far as being artists. I guess it's kind of better because we all kind of broke into our own factions. Like, Cause doing his music now, I'm doing my music. My man Fat Boy's doing his music. My man 89's doing his music. So it's almost like we have a stronger collaboration now that everybody went separate. As far as the duo, me and Cause, I mean, we still cool. Everybody's kind of more or less helping each other, you know, become better as artists and move stronger now. But it's cool. I think we got closer as friends too, so it's a better relationship as far as the duo.
Well, that's good. So what made you want to be just a solo artist now?
Well, basically besides more than just, you know, traveling a lot more than we were as a group by myself, I had kind of moved as well. So it was just a better decision as far as a business move and as a friendship move as us go separate so we can kind of continue on doing our music thing. On top of that, it was easier because as a solo artist, I can make more decisions by myself that I don't have to agree on with somebody rather than having to go to them and like, oh, you want to do this too? Oh, nah, I don't want to do that. Now we back to square one. Now I can just objectively move, get things done when I have to. You know, if I'm with somebody, they moving because they know where I'm going and what I'm doing. So it's a lot easier to kind of maneuver as a solo artist. It's harder though, because when you're a duo, you got more people with you. When you're solo, it's kind of like when you're getting what you have to get done, whoever else is with you is relying on you to get it done. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me the 2 projects you released under TCK.
I released the Jersey Shore EP, which was the first, you know, collaboration between me and Cause. That was our first group project. Basically, that kind of started off of a song called I Used to Dream that we had that got picked up when I was in high school. It got played on the radio. I performed at my high school prom. And me and Cause just said, oh, let's click and do an album. Like, it doesn't make sense if we don't. So we did one and people loved it. I was selling it in my high school. And then we said, oh, let's keep it going. We were going on tours and traveling. We said, let's release Discovery. And Discovery came and it was so natural. It was like flawless. We just were working on it for so long. And when it dropped and we just hit the road with it, and we did a lot of stuff, you know, as the Cause of Knowledge with Discovery. That was probably our biggest project.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other projects out other than that?
I recently, as Noble, just released Wizard Under the Stairs, which we went on tour in California for this past July. And that was cool because that was like my solo debut. I ain't give them too much. I only put 3 songs on the album, and that's kind of what caused a lot of noise back home, is that there wasn't too much music. But I offered like a whole package with it. So you got a hard copy, you got a t-shirt, and then whoever was, you know, in California, they got to experience the tour. So it was even more of an experience than just releasing music. It was like giving the fans that were a part of the Cause of Knowledge an experience, as well as my new fans, like, yo, this is what I'm doing now, you know?
Right. So speaking of the tour, how was it? Have you been to California before?
Yeah, I grew up, I had some cousins that were from California, so when I was growing up, I went out there one time, and I always told myself, like, man, I gotta come back. I never thought I would do it for music. I always thought I would do it for something big. I never thought I'd do it for music, but when I did it for music, it was cool because I went all the way from the Bay down. And when I was growing up, we went all the way from the bottom of California up. So to see it from a different perspective was almost even cooler because we also drove through the country. We drove through Chicago, Colorado, Las Vegas. I mean, we just drove through mad states and got to see different cities and got to see different things. We drove through Salt Lake City, Utah, and I bring it up because I literally vividly remember the Salt Lake on the side of the highway. It was so bright, it'll like blind your eyes. Like, the tour was crazy though. It was incredible. California is a beautiful place. Everybody should go at least once in their life.
Right. So how long was it?
It totaled up to like 48 days from traveling out, hitting the actual first show, and then going down the state. The crew that I went with, they left home. I took 2 other artists with me. we drove, and then I took a cameraman. So it was kind of like a collective of people. We all went out, and it was about 48 days in total. I stayed in California a little later, and then my flight got delayed, so I had to stay out there a little longer. But yeah, it was a total of like around 48 days.
So how did you guys come up with the name Journey of a Wizard?
Basically, I just took that from the concept of my new album that I'm releasing and that project. I kind of wanted to like get it in people's head already. So with the tour, I figured if I name it The Journey of a Wizard, which is both of the titles of the projects that I'm about to release, that it would already kind of be stuck in people's head when I released it. So now that I'm already kind of promoting, which kind of anticipating the next project, The Journey, it's like people already know about it because they've seen it from the title of the tour.
Right. So I hear that you have a new EP coming out, The Journey.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for it? When should we be expecting it to drop?
Really, I wanted to do something different with this album. It's kind of like the last sound of what TCK kind of sounded like. I wanted to give this something like different to do and kind of like an approach different. So I figured that instead of just giving people the album right away, I would visually give it to them first and then release it on them. And that's kind of why I came to, Lucid Dreams to do the visuals, because I wanted it to be something that was more of an experience and more of like a different approach of looking at it. When we went into it, I figured, you know what, let me do Friday Night Kickbacks first. I've been promoting it for a while. That's the single off of the album. And I thought of it like, hey, let me just release it visually after this, the same way I'm doing this project. I looked at every song like a project rather than the whole project as a project. Like, it's more in depth. And I think giving it to them visually is going to be more of an experience, especially today when people are getting music so fast,
That's awesome. So it was nice to meet you, Nova. I hope you come back.
No, thank you. Hey, what's going on, man? It's Noble Knowledge. Check it out. Make sure you check out my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, all of that stuff. It's all Noble Knowledge. It's all the same, spelled the same. Get ready for The Journey and Friday Night Kickbacks coming out soon. And catch me at a venue near you, man. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, thank you for watching the interview with Nova. Please subscribe and like to LMO.